Hey, I'm back with another video. Right now I'm gonna go try. So I'm gonna do something that I haven't shown before. I'm going to try to do something that is usually done for the outdoors, but I'm gonna do it inside. I'm going to paint on my computer a great landscape from the outdoors indoors, and I didn't really plan this out. Um, but it's been an idea that I've had for a while now. But I'm gonna go try it out and see what we can get from this. So right now I'm going to okay, here we go. Okay, so I just have my little document here. Um, I'm going to try and bring some images here. Here's how you can I'm going to show you how I'm going to paint the outdoors and the indoors, and it's all simple. All you have to do, let me see if I can drag this in as best as I can from here. Okay, so all you gotta do is have some images appear for you, and let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, hold on, let me prepare this. Sorry, guys. Alright, so this is how you can do it. It's simple. All you need to do is search up landscapes to paint. And that was very easy. No, I should say landscape images. No, photos. Since it's better, since we're trying to copy and trying to make beautiful looking landscapes from the outside inside our home, I decided these are the best searches you can find. So I'm going to find. I decided to. I'm going to find actually some three landscape photos. So maybe we could save this one as a simple image in our downloads, and we're trying to find ones that we could possibly put together and find some that we like. So so I think this is how it's going to be done. We're going to do it. We're going to find three images and we're going to sketch them out, and then we're going to mash it. And with those sketches, we're going to paint a beautiful landscape inside our home of our own. So we found one so far. We just need two more, and I think I like this one with the mountains and everything. Here are the trees and the lake. I'm going to save that for myself, and all we need is one more to find. And it doesn't matter what colors we're trying to find or what kind of place we're looking for. The landscape image is what matters. You can always color it, sorry, our own way. Okay, I think it's a great way for you to do some art even if you can't go outside for a while. So I'm gonna and I think it's a very nice, relaxing thing to do if you're stuck at home. If you're either sick and you want to still be creative, or you have nothing else to do, but you can't leave the house, maybe you could do something like this if you have a computer. And it doesn't have you don't have to have a computer too. This could be drawn, but right now, just for this stream, I'm gonna start painting. And I know that there was one image that I liked. I think this could be our last one, and maybe I'll take this one here as well. So maybe it's not going to be three exactly. This could just be four. So I already have like four photos of it, so we could just quit here, and now we can um get started here from there. So right now I'm going to drag in from our downloads. We're going to add in um, those three images into here. Let me just drag them in. Okay, so we have our first one, and I'm going to add in So I guess I did not notice this, but I'm pretty sure Photoshop has updated something, so maybe it's just doing the images each image one by one. Um, and now so just to give us some sort of board, I'm going to put them all in a square, basically. And they don't have to be perfect. So I'm just gonna put all of these into a folder called reference board. And we're going to lighten this up so we can just see through. And now I'm going to do some sketching. So what we can start doing from here is try to sketch what we like. So from what I see beautiful trees, a lake, a nice river with some rocks, a field underneath those trees, and of course some mountains. So maybe we could start sketching in just a little sandy pathway, rocky pathway on the side. So maybe here, maybe this could be, maybe our pathway could be, no, I messed this up. We could do it like this. And if you are doing this on a piece of paper, that's fine too. You're just going to have to do it lightly, because if you're going to paint this over, you don't want to like sketch it not so lightly. But if you want to do it, that's fine. It's your world, and just like Bob Ross, you can do it whatever you want with it. But I prefer doing it this way. So maybe I'm gonna add some patches of grass here on the side next to these next to this grass here that can be right next to some rocks. And they're all gonna just be in one row too. Maybe we could have a little pond over here, like so, like this. So now, and of course I see some rocks too, so I'm going to do it like this. So now this is what we've got so far. And maybe we could add some dirt all the way here, since it's a very dirty path, a little road that people can bike and or walk on. But this is how I'm going to indicate that. I can fix that later. I'm going to try to do my best attempt to doing a Bob Ross thing inside my bedroom. But it's not exactly like it. So I'm going to, because what he does is basically do it all from beginning to end, all in one take. And for here, since it's digital, we can easily get rid of stuff, unlike the happy accidents. So we are this is really going to be the best attempt to do it 100%, but it's close enough. Okay, so now that we have our little pond here, maybe we could shade this in to indicate that it's water. Maybe we could add a few more happy little rocks there, as he would have called them. Maybe one in the background, maybe one over here. And I was thinking we could just add in some little rocks like so here to indicate that there's another, show the other side of this little setting. So now here we got half of our piece done, like so. We can add some more dots to this to show more dirt. And now we basically have let's also add in a little road. This takes me back to some more older times. It's giving me some nostalgia. I used to before I moved to LA. I was in the northern side of California, and during my toddler years, my years as a little kid, I would often go to a small town outside the woods called Santa Cruz, and next to Santa Cruz was a small town called Scotts Valley. It's the place where Netflix was founded. Um, but it here there there would be little rivers and parks that you can go to um, next to those houses. Um, it's 2012. My dad went through a horrible breakup uh, with my mother, but that was a long time ago. Um, I was 5 years old, and he would often take me um, to these little rivers, and uh, sh- these remind me of that very much. They almost look like a lot of those trees in the woods were redwood trees, and I didn't really care, didn't notice them that much at the age of 5, but I it was just beautiful and relaxing, and some of those sunsets were part of my childhood in some way. It brings me back to times where I didn't notice that I had basically had a life um, that was waiting for me. But it was very it took a lot of the pain away. It made me forget about some of the things that I had to see and go through. But it it really was a very happy time for me. Okay, so right now I basically have my most of the trees here. And I just forgot that I was going to add in a hill, but that's okay. We can uh, just forget about the hill. We can't really see it from here anyway. So I so now I picture myself going back to the river, and if there's anything that you smell, I smell fresh water, wet rocks, and some fresh air. A breeze, that is, but I think the sunset is what I would enjoy the most, and the heat mixed with the cold breeze. Summer is my favorite time, and that's when my story took place. Basically, I that's when it all happened. So maybe that's why it was so memorable. It was something I did not experience before. So now that we have most of our landscape sketch layer done, I'm going to now add in the mountains, of course, in the background. So what I'm going to do, of course, we're not going to directly copy these mountains, as you can see, over here, but I'm going to try and uh, try to make some of my own. So, of course, maybe we could do a hill with mountains in the background behind the mountain, but I think I'm just gonna prefer doing a rock mountain. So maybe this could be it. Maybe we could just do a wavy hill that goes up and away, just like life. It's beautiful. And I'm gonna add in one in front. Maybe we could add in some little trees and happy little trees out here. And that could we could also add in a little cabin there. So that way somebody is living in here and that way nobody's just gonna live in the middle of nowhere. Well, somebody is. And we're not gonna make this very lonely. So yeah, maybe that could be it. Of course we could add in some trees so they have a spot. And maybe we could add in a little path that the little person is going through, so that way that person isn't going to get lost finding their way home to their cabin. So that way they have a path to go to and not have to go through the mountains basically to get to their cabin, just to make their life easier. And I always know what the last thing I want to do is add in more trees here. More trees is what I would go for. So that way we can cover up our next mountain. We could add in 5 to 6 more trees. Maybe a little more. Like so. Now, there we go. We have our little tree village. Maybe we could darken this up a little more. Right now, I'm gonna, to the best of my ability, draw a Paramount logo, since that's what I want to do. Yeah, I hear that Paramount is merging with Skydance. I think it's about time to do so. I think they're similar in so many ways. I don't know why, but just them working together for so long, it just makes sense to do that same thing, to actually like work together as partners and not just friends. That's how I'm going to see it. It's like a partnership, not just a friendship anymore. It's like a marriage between 2 different studios. Alright, so now that we have that, I'm going to make our lives easy, and we're just going to add a sunset right here, so that way we know where our sun is. And we're going to add in 3 layers just like this. And there. And I think now we can just get rid of our little reference board. We finally got what we wanted. Maybe we could add some shading there to indicate that this is going to be a sunset, not a daytime sky, and show off our very nice looking landscape sketch, all from the comfort of our home. And there, we got it, just like so. And it looks good. It looks good enough already. Maybe we could add a few more trees in there. All right. So now we're basically almost done. All right, and there we go. Our very own landscape sketch. And now I'm just gonna lighten it up a little easier. And now I'm also gonna add in a color overlay, just so that way we know, that way we can see our sketch easier. Okay, so I see that most of these have been taken, but I'm going to add in a lightish blue to it. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is try to do some painting. Now, I have a few brushes so I'm going to go through the paint box stuff. and I'm going to find, I'm going to, let's have our sample color be red violet. It's one of my favorite colors, but I'm going to try and choose through some paintbrushes. So and we're trying to find one that looks good, that will look good on the screen, just to make it beautiful the way we want to. So I'm trying to, maybe we could find some gouache stuff. We're not trying to look for watercolors anyway. This is almost gonna look like a gouache oilish painting. So, and also has that's close to looking like an actual painting. So I just found this brush. It's called a natural feel. So I'm gonna try this out. It's okay, but I want to see if I can have it tilt a little. So I think this one it works better than the regular natural feel. So I'm going to add in some colors. Maybe this could be for the mountain. This could be, this greenish color can come for the trees. Maybe we could add in some brown here, like that. Just so that way we know what we're going for. And of course the black could be for the stuff in the background. We could add in some character to these rocks and have them come from the green side. Since they're usually wet, they could create their own color other than just plain gray. And instead of having it really be bright blue, I'm gonna go toward the greenish side, since it's not really the best looking water, but this is what we can go for. And of course for the dirt, we're just gonna have it between orange and red. So maybe this could be our dirt color. So now that we have our basic color palette, we're just gonna put this on the side. So this could just be called our color palette, and we could always just, so that way we don't always have to go through the swatches right here every time. We can just use the what's this called again? The eyedropper tool. So I'm gonna go get started on the mountains, since they're like the closest to what we're trying to do for now. So I'm gonna put this on one layer, and now I'm gonna start painting, and just like so. Got that. This brush is actually very nice. You could just do a swoosh. You could do it over and over and over again. Just as many times as you need. And don't worry, we're not gonna forget about the little cabin and the person living inside. We'll make sure we add them in. And of course that little pathway that we built just for them. So, right, so now we're going to add in that other side of the mountain. Like so. We're going to try to do these vertical strokes so that way they match what we're trying to do. Maybe we could add in and because these are computers, you don't, in case you make a mistake with the coloring, it doesn't matter. What we can do here, these are adjustment layers. No, maybe we could add in some layers. We can make this darker. So yeah, we got that down. And maybe we could darken it ourselves like this. So we can just simply do it by hand manually. And maybe we could just add in that little spot like so. This isn't going to be the best painting in the world, but if you want to continue doing that, it's fine with me. Or maybe we can just, maybe looking at it now, maybe the color that I chose wasn't the best. Maybe we should have just darkened this since this was going to be behind, but that's okay. Maybe we should add an opacity layer to this so that way we can then add in that little spot you've been wanting to add in. So here, we can add in that little tuft. Now we're gonna go for the trees. That's okay. And maybe since this was going to be behind, we can make this color a little darker. Swoop. I think I did it incorrectly. Maybe we're just gonna swoop, swoop, swoop. Make these little rectangles. Maybe we can add it, give it a little child. And a sibling. All right there. Maybe, you know what's missing? We could just also add in some wood in between. So that way you know where they're coming from. Just so it doesn't look weird if they're coming out of some rocks. Now that we got that down, I think it's about time we finally add in that little cabin that we wanted. So we're gonna drop our brush size down, and now just gonna add in our little cabin. So that way the people living in this painting have a home. And just do that, that. Maybe we can make it a little darker. So that way it makes sense. Add in a chimney. Yeah. That's okay. And of course we can add in our little swirl coming out of the chimney. We better burn some wood for a fireplace. Hopefully it doesn't start a wildfire. Alright, now that we got most of that done, I think we could also darken this side of the mountain. Like so. And a little stroke just like that. There. Now that we have most of the side of the mountain done, we can finally add in that other part of the path. Just so that way, it's visible to our eye. Maybe we can darken our color. Nope, not yet. Maybe we could just do it later. And now we have that basic look right there. There. Just like so, just the way we wanted it to be. Now, we can add it like that there. I got my headphones on. Just let it connect. There we go. Maybe I could hear you guys more better. But now we have most of our path done. And I think it, hold on, just a second actually. I didn't get a chance to put the trees up yet. So maybe up here there could be one tree, another, and a few more. It's like a huge family reunion up in this painting. All the trees have come together as one family. Just so that way they're not alone. Maybe we could call this painting the Tree Family Reunion, since they're all together for a great sunset on top of a mountain. So let me actually, hold on just a second. There we go. Maybe we can darken our current color to stroke in the sides, just like this. There. All like that. It all comes together very naturally. So, and maybe we could also add in some lines here, some rough lines, like so. I haven't really painted in Photoshop before, which is why it's not really the best. I mean, I've done it multiple times. I've done some paintings, but I don't really. I usually just use Photoshop for drawing or thumbnail creating. I don't really have like the power to like, actually do painting stuff. It's possible to paint, of course, people have done it, but it's not. I'm not like good and professional at it myself. But this is the best I can do. Just like so. Maybe we can add an edge. There. Now we have that down. Maybe we can also use this color for the third mountain in the background. So maybe we can start by lowering the opacity a little. And we're just gonna fill this in like so. Lightly. It will all come together. We just have some patience. Now, here we go. Just like that. And I see that we went beyond 30 minutes, but that's okay. We got it. Maybe we could also add in some, add in bottom here. Now that we have that, we can add in our shading color. This is just all coming together very well. Now we'll add in that edge here. There. Maybe we can also connect a line with this side here, so that way it's not lonely. And stroke. Beautiful. Now we can lighten this up and see how it looks. Looks good. Maybe just to make it stand out, we could add in this side and add in this side here like this. Maybe it could look like that. There. it's all looking good, guys. Now I think what we could do, just to make our lives easier, so that way we don't have to like continuously paint so much here. We could just like maybe let's space off the backdrop of the trees like this. So maybe we could copy this color. Let's blow up our brush size, and maybe we could add in some brush strokes here like that. So we could just make this our little tree rough looking backdrop like so. Oh, I just realized that I also was doing it on the wrong layer. That's okay. But like Bob Ross said, as always said, we don't make mistakes, we have happy accidents. So maybe these little strokes are gonna serve as the back of the tree. So now we are gonna go for what we plan to do with this. And you know, we could just like I don't know. We could just like do it like this and call it a day. But I prefer not to be lazy, even though we're lazily painting in our houses actually. Um, I'm going to do what we plan to do, and that was of course try and make a good landscape on our computer, all in the comfort of our own home. And of course, you could just sketch this out on paper or a canvas if you're actually doing it. Just you're going to have to do this process a little differently. But right now, I'm going to lower the opacity on this and show what we were supposed to, what we wanted to do. So maybe I could put this all in a layer and lightly change it a little so that way we can see what we're up to and start painting with this color. Maybe we could make it a lighter green actually, just so that way it stands out from the dark backdrop. Like it just so that way there's a balance to it. But I'm going to go on with this and add in those trees. Those very nice looking trees. Like so. It will all look good in the end. But right now I'm going to do this. The most beautiful sunset I've ever seen. I know that we haven't gotten to the sunset part yet, but if I had to choose what the sunset would be, then I would probably have to go with purple. It's my favorite color, and I think purple sunsets are great. I think I should make my own song about a sunset, if you know what I'm talking about. But I am just, I just enjoy looking at sunsets. They're beautiful to look at. If it depends on where I am, but it's always great to look at one. I often reminisce about the ones I always used to see. Like the ones that I would like in the place I was talking about earlier. It was they were amazing to look at. I didn't notice them in the moment, but it always showed pride in my youth. It was it was awesome. And you know, okay, so now that we have most of our trees down, we can add in the top too, or as I like to think of them as the torso. It's very I don't know how to call it. I don't know how to call it. They're very beautiful in some way. These can serve as that. Just a few more and then we'll be good. And now I think we're just about done with our um this landscape. I know it's not great looking, but it works. Maybe I could add in. Let me just lower my brush size just a little. On second thought, actually, maybe it's not. Maybe I'll just get rid of this. It looks good anyway. Right now, I'm going to go for the river now, like I wanted to. And now, this part should be easy, because I think all I'm going to do here is do this. I'm very slow at this, but I think this is what I want it to look like. Just so that way we can speed up the time, or in this case, not at all actually. Look at those strokes. They really know where you're going. Yeah. Oh right. Oh right now. We have most of that river down. God. But it's super, but it's not what I'm looking for yet. Maybe if I can add some strokes, just some strokes, maybe it could look better. But let's just outline these waves first, so that way we know what we're going to go for. And we can outline some of these rocks too, before we actually start painting them. And we can add a few more waves. And now we can just fill these in like so. We can even, we don't always have to outline those waves, we could just do it like this. Just like so. Maybe we can cover them up too. But I think we just, for the most part, got our waves under control. I think it's about time we can also add in our little pathway in the background. So maybe it can be covered up like this. You can also add in some tufts of trees, tufts of grass actually, I'm sorry. But I think we're gonna mix these two colors in, like so. Looks like a beautiful pathway that's mixed with Mother Nature's colors. Now, I think it's about time we add in some grass, some specks of grass there. They could also serve, you know, as the, as like a backup to the trees too in the background. Just like so. So that way they'll match what we will eventually do with our other side of the world. Alright. Now let me open up the opacity to this. Looks good. It's not the greatest, but of course it works. Now I'm gonna see if I can turn this up for now and move up my color palette up just a little. And now what I'm gonna do, well, anyway, is add in my little pathway. So of course that pathway doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm gonna add in some wet rocks here on the side. So we're gonna put that behind here. Like so. Here we can add in some shadows and right here. And we can add in some strokes there, so that way they're not all connected. I mean, they're rocks, of course, but they're not all the same. And I think just to make this grass stand out, I think we'll add in a lighter color here, like so. You can do it as fast as you can. You can do it as slowly as you can. But I'm gonna make them light a little. Now I'm gonna focus on a little pathway. I might add in some few specks of dirt, but of course it's a little, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's very rough and perfect right now. So I might add in like a smaller color here. And we could just do this very lightly. All we need is some patience. Now we just have a small speck here. There we go. So a few more. And then we'll get a chance to light up our there. Now we'll add in a darker piece. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe this could just be it. You know, I just got another idea. Maybe we could also add in some lighter dirt here. Well, no, actually that's wrong color. There we go. Just so that way there's some balance. There's a scale. Alright. Now we can bring in the rest of our painting. It looks good so far. What I did notice was the wet rocks are in the river yet. So maybe right here, it could be like here, like I wanted them to be. And we can add in the stroke here. And we can add it one here. It's looking good. I love it already. So It's a beautiful graphic painting, I know, but that's okay. So now that we basically have our painting for the most part done, here I'm gonna turn these off and put this into a group that'll be inside this group. So what I didn't figure out yet was the the colors of the sunset. So like I said, purple is my favorite color. Maybe I can do that mixed with yellow, since purple and yellow sort of mix, I guess. It's a actually they do. So not only I know why the Lakers are yellow and purple. They match together. It's based off the color wheel. So like red and green match together, orange and blue match together, so yellow and purple match together. So I'm gonna go in I'm gonna go for a purplish color, maybe between purple and red side. So maybe this could be like the main color and from behind, of course, but I think this is what it's gonna look like. Purple and yellow. I actually I've seen it a few times, but I don't really see a purple sunset that often. But they would be beautiful to see. And maybe here would be pink, and then of course it will be yellow. Like that. So now that we have most of our coloring down, we'll add in a darker wine color actually, just in case if you want it to be romantic, which this isn't, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. Now we're gonna add in some pink like this. Maybe we can also add in some shading here too. And I'll also add in some beautiful looking shades. Maybe I could add this in too. But even though it might not look the best, it's your world. You can do whatever you want with it. And now I'm going to add in this beautiful, beautiful sun right here. And maybe this could, actually, it's too close to our mountain color, so maybe maybe gold would work. I guess it works, but and we'll make it a little yellow. Okay. And of course, we'll add in some white here. Yeah, so for the most part, we got this done. One thing I haven't figured out yet was I feel like I need to blend in some things here. So I'm gonna go find some blending tools here. I found this palette knife thing. I don't know how this is gonna work, but let's see how it works. I think I'll size it up just a little. Okay. I think there's some mixing up to do, but I think this works well. Yes, it does add in some beautiful blending. I think what needs to be blended the most is the sun. And I think I did it perfectly the way I wanted to. But right now, I think this is pretty much it. We have our beautiful looking landscape. So now I'm gonna find a pen. No, I'm just gonna use a regular pen tool for this. Can lower this down to 20. And now I'll of course add in my signature just like Bob Ross would often do. But over here, as a artist who mostly draws, this is my attempt at doing a painting all from the comfort of my own home. I think this concludes the lesson of trying to do so. How you can paint from indoors if you want to paint the beautiful outdoors. And it was a great first attempt. Obviously, I didn't have any experience with it, but I just wanted to have fun and experiment with something. So, and this was my attempt. I'm going to stop it from here. I think we've reached like an hour long TV time frame, but I am very proud of this piece. Hope you enjoyed it, but I'm very happy with how this turned out. So I'm gonna stop it from here. Hope you enjoyed it though. I'm gonna take a break now. I have some water to drink. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I might do something else soon. I have more up my sleeve, of course, but I'll let you know when that happens.